This is an important message to Black Americans. When I actually saw this particular creators actually posting out this important information, I feel like this is meant to be out there. This is meant to go viral. This is meant to have a lot of attention because these guys literally said exactly what it should be. Okay. And I really, really love it. And I cannot see informations like this and not pass it out. So if it's peppering you that I do pass information here to my Black Americans, move to the back, grab your popcorn, and stay there and let people that are interested move to the front, grab their popcorn and coke and enjoy this video. First, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, please do want to subscribe. And I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, liking my laugh and every other things. I really appreciate you guys. I do not take you guys for granted. Let's watch this important message that is making a lot of Black Americans proud. And I'll come back with commentaries. Let's go watch, guys.
One of the most difficult and exhausting things about being black in this country, but especially during times like this, is seeing how frequently you stand alone when you ride for everybody else. Black people voted in the greatest percentage against Trump, and even though he ran on deportations in all three of his campaign cycles, which did not, still isn't affecting black people, we still showed the most support against him and those policies. Deportation doesn't affect us, and still, we voted against him and his policies, knowing that they would affect everyone else more than us. We literally rode for y'all harder than you rode for yourselves. Yet so many of you have spoken up against every pro-black safety, empowerment, civil rights, peace movement that we've had, at least my lifetime. And don't get me wrong, there have been plenty of you who supported, and you already know I'm not talking to or about you. I'm talking about people like the Latinos that voted for Trump and sang songs about it, and then when their abuelas got deported are like, well, where are the black people standing up for us? Though, where's the Kamala crowd? The group that still listens to this administration of idiots and somehow blames Barack Obama for shit that's going on right now. So consistently, this country has shown black people that being black means to be in everyone else's corner but have no one in yours. And the most frustrating part remains the reality, the knowledge that we're going to still keep fighting, not just for you, but for us as well, because we know that injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. And if one of us isn't free, then none of us are free. Despite how frustrating it is for us that y'all can't get that through your fucking skulls.
Black Americans, don't let these folks convince y'all asses to get out there and care about what ICE doing to these people. Let me say that once again. Do not let these motherfuckers online convince y'all to get out here and protest against ICE. Don't let them guilt you talking about, well, the Somalians, the Mexicans, all the immigrant groups, they stood with us when something happened to George Floyd. So the fuck what? Y'all gotta think during that time, what was going on around that time? COVID was happening around that time. COVID. We were stuck in the house around that time. That's why you've seen a lot of people come out and support that. Why it took George Floyd for people to care? Out of all the people that got unalive prior to George Floyd, that's when all of a sudden black folks care. When Breonna Taylor got unalive, what did we hear? We ain't hear nothing from these black folks. When Philando Castillo got unalive, we didn't hear nothing from these black folks. Even when baby Tamir Rice got unalive, we didn't hear nothing from these black folks. We didn't even hear nothing with the dude that got choked out in the train by Daniel Penny. Where was they at? Huh? Where was they at? And I'm going to tell y'all something. A lot of my people keep saying, oh, these are immigrants that's making these videos talking about we need to stand with ICE. No, the fuck it is not, black Americans. These are black Americans saying this goofy shit. These are black Americans. These are not tethers. These are not Africans. These are not just Caribbeans or Mexicans. These are black Americans getting their ass online, doing these lives, talking about we need to fight for these folks. That's what's the problem. See, I ain't finna be delusional. I'm with the delineation movement, but just because I'm delineating, I'm not going to be delusional and a fool. These are black Americans that's making these goddamn videos trying to have us feel sorry for these people. It doesn't make sense. Y'all like to throw that shit in our face, and so what? They don't care about us. They don't. And they talking about, well, you know, the white folks been trying to put us in slavery. They mad about the Dred Scott and blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? They had all these years to do something to us. Why they haven't done it yet? Why they haven't done it? We always gonna be the first op in white people's eyes. Duh. These people, what these people going through is nothing. These people getting taps on the wrist. We got unalive, drag. People got their genitals cut off, tarred and feathered, hung. Women got strung on trees, getting their bellies cut and babies falling out that motherfucker and landing on the ground. And you see white folks laughing. This ain't happening to these people, bruh. This is not happening. You're not seeing a bunch of these people getting unalive by the police on camera, on TV. We're not seeing that. There's no immigrant Philando Castillo's getting popped all these times in front of their baby, and we sitting there watching, the whole world watching this man take his last breath. Fuck out of here. Do not fall for these folks, people. Do not fall for it. It's all a lie. It's all a con game. It's all some democratic shit. I ain't gonna call it democratic shit. It's this thing with black people that irk my motherfucking soul. We feel sorry for people. We got this moral spirit within us. That shit is over with. Let them handle their battles, bro. They're not going through nothing. We're going to go through stuff more than they will. Every day, there's something happening to a black American on this land while ICE is still fucking with these folks. Black Americans are still getting targeted, regardless. That's the thing that I don't get. These ICE want us to go against ICE people. Regardless of what happened to the immigrants, niggas still getting fucked up out here. What the fuck is y'all talking about? Huh? Let me tell y'all something. We always been the first of everything. We ain't sitting here relaxing. We just ain't gonna put our energy to that. We got too much shit going on out here right now. Let them people fight them battles. Let them people that practice anti-black hatred fight their own battles, bro. We ain't they daddy. They need to learn how to fight. See, they come from cultures where they want to worship white folks and shit. Now their feelings hurt, they don't know what to do. But the niggas in America been trying to tell them for decades, but they never want to listen. Black America, do not fall for this shit. Do not let these people guilt y'all. And be a fool out here, seeing a bunch of young black folks out here hollering, let them stop it, this is wrong. Man, fuck that. Fuck that shit. Don't listen to these people. These people get online sounding out intellectual. Now, black people, just as well as ICE is rounding all these people up and doing these horrible things to other groups of people, just keep in mind, black people, you are next. You are next. And what you think they're going to do to you? Man, you better sit your goof ass down. Heifer and nigga. Talking to the woman and the nigga. Talking that shit to me. The fuck wrong with you? That intellectual pseudo shit with the people with the bones and they know, what you call them, septum rings. We ain't listening to you niggas. Nobody ain't listening to y'all. Y'all ain't out there doing nothing. Go out there and get the septum ring pulled. Let me see let ICE pull your septum ring and see what y'all gonna do. Fuck out of here, bro. This is dangerous. You setting our people up. God damn.
They said black Americans are not interested in assimilating to whiteness. So a lot African immigrants, Caribbean immigrants, Asian immigrants, Latin, Hispanic immigrants, a lot of them want to assimilate and believe assimilation into the power structure of whiteness
Mm,
is the thing to do.
mm,
Whereas for the most part, black Americans have rejected it, which is part of the anti-culture that it produces a lot of times in contradistinction to what mainstream America wants to utilize as the standard. And the reason I bring that up is because white supremacy, European colonialism is all about preserving the idea that those who are white people or pale people from Europe is the standard. Anything that challenges that is out the window. So immigration has always been about policing black and brown people, as they say.
Oh man, I got the Hispanics back on my page now. Uh-oh. Where y'all been at, man? Since Trump got in office and I done made a couple videos about y'all been gone. I ain't gonna lie to y'all been gone. So now y'all come from the ashes to talk to daddy. Here we go. Mexico actively defended black people escaping slavery from the U.S., refusing to return them, and even fighting slave catchers as Mexico had abolished slavery and considered freedom seekers as citizens. Now, come on now. Why y'all always tell this lie? Y'all don't never tell the full context of this. I'm going to make it plain and simple because I don't want to get into it right now. The freedmen, people that escaped slaves, the black Seminoles, and other black indigenous, other indigenous black Americans helped y'all because y'all getting y'all ass kicked. Y'all getting y'all ass kicked during the war, and y'all say, God damn, man, we see how these black folks fight, man. We need to get them on our team. We came, we helped y'all win, and we conquered. So thank us for that. Thank us for that. It wasn't no because y'all feel sorry for some niggas in America. And they're like, okay, let's free the slaves. Let's free the black people. Come on, black people, come to Mexico because we see how white mommy and white daddy is treating y'all. So we're going to be nice as Mexicans and free y'all. No. So let's move that to the side. Now, where y'all been at, man? I ain't been seeing a lot of Mexicans and Hispanics and Spanish-speaking people on my page lately. Where y'all been at? How's things going for you? How is things going for y'all? Now, I know as you listen to me right now, you looking out the window, trying to see who's seeing you through the window. You know what I'm saying? I know it feel like somebody watching you. I always feel like somebody's watching me. I know it. But listen, check this out. Now, Mexicans, Hispanics, Spanish-speaking people. Now I know y'all grew up with this Metal Raza spirit in y'all. Y'all want to be white so bad. But this time, white people is got the eye on y'all. And how does it feel, my Hispanic people? How does it feel? I just want you to think about this, my Mexican friend. All your life, you wanted to be white. All your life, you worship white people. All your life in your mind, you think you're white. How does it feel now that the people that you worship, the people that you love, is sending your black abuela or your pop back over there? How does it feel? How does it feel seeing that right now? That's what I want to know. I always wanted to know that. How does it feel? All these years, all these decades on this land, y'all been the most anti-black people on this land besides white folk. Now y'all getting y'all Hispanic wake-up call. How does that feel? Just think about it. All the anti-blackness in California, how y'all do my people, and none of y'all speak out against it. All the anti-black racism out there and on the East Coast, y'all never spoke out against that. And all over the United States, on how y'all align with whiteness. Even in the prison system, y'all join the Aryan Nation, bro. Even in police departments on the West Coast, y'all got your own little gang to go against black people. And you got the gall to come at me and lie to me about some slave, how y'all abolished slavery. You know the sad part about that when y'all abolish slavery? Y'all unalive a person that look like me, that's dark as me. Because y'all want to be close to white. How does that feel right now? Y'all only, I think, Mexicans ain't number 300, 400 years old, so how does that feel? How does it feel to knowing that you will never be white? How does it feel that white people will never accept you? How does it feel that you were this close to being a white mama and a white daddy? How does that feel? Talk to me. How does that feel? Now, I'm not bullying. This is not hate speech. These just questions I'm asking. How does it feel? Cause it gotta suck looking at yourself in the mirror every day knowing you will never be them people. That's a hard pill to swallow. Hey, Metal La Raza, and this be your time to fight against white folks, because I'm going to ask you this question too. When have your people collectively gone against white folks? Y'all never did. Y'all bow down to them. Y'all worship them. Y'all want to live like them. Some of y'all even claim Caucasian. Some of y'all look Caucasian, don't even want to let nobody know that you Hispanic or you one of them people. It sucks, don't it? That identity crisis is creeping up, man. That identity crisis is coming to a head. You ever had a boil before? You ever had a boil? And when that boil come to the head, it's painful. That's how I feel right now for y'all. It sucks, don't it? But listen, y'all got it easy, though. Y'all just getting put in cages. Ain't nothing happening to y'all. They not unaliving y'all. They barely even beating on y'all. And y'all can't even take it. I think, you know what I think the problem is? Your feelings hurt. Your feelings hurt. And I understand. I can understand you. Like one time, I'm going to tell you something. This is my favorite rapper of all time, Gucci Mane. I remember I ran into Gucci Mane back in 2009, right? Saw him at the concert. I had backstage passes and everything. And I was like, man, I can't wait to meet Gucci. As soon as I met Gucci, man, Gucci looked at me like I wasn't shit. That's how y'all feel right now. That feeling I had, how Gucci looked at me, and I still listen to him to this day, but how I felt just didn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? That's how y'all feeling right now. How white folks treating y'all right now. And it sucks, don't it? I know it sucks. Ooh, I know it sucks. I know it sucks. I know it sucks. This is so funny. I ain't bullshit. I enjoy this shit.
Okay, so right now, all I see is you trying to discredit Black Americans and the fact that Black Americans were the ones that actually pushed for not only civil rights but immigration reform. Okay, and then you went and you saw who signed the documents, or you're looking at documents. That's a very Eurocentric way to believe that one day white people woke up and decided, okay, we're going to open the doors to non-white people around the globe to come here. Okay, we're going to just, they woke up one morning. What? Go back in time. You believe that white people just, oh, by the way. No, that's not how it happened. In order for things to change in the United States of America politically, there has to be backing for it. And without Black America changing the moral and political landscape, there would have been no quota system thrown out. Okay, that quota system would still be in place right now, and there would not be any freaking non-white immigration coming to the United States of America. That's period. Because they didn't want any Africans here or Caribbeans. Not like that. Okay? Now, since you put up a photo and you listed the people who signed the document or whatever it is, the little 4 white men. Okay, but I'm getting ready to tell you this. There was some Black Congress people that you would not have looked up anyway, because you don't care. You really want to discredit what Black America did for immigration. Okay, so there was a man it was a congressman, by the way, Adam Clayton Powell Jr. He was the one who pushed the moral and political arguments that made the bill passable. Okay, he was the one that passed the moral and the political stuff that made the bill passable in the first place. Okay? You have to prove this is necessary. And he was the Black man that helped prove it. Okay? I'm going to read to you what he did, okay? Number 1, he was the chair of the House Education and Labor Committee. He was one of the most powerful Black American legislators of the era. Okay? He explicitly linked immigration reform to civil rights and racial equality. Publicly argued that racist immigration quotas were incompatible with Brown versus Board of Education, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Powell also framed immigration restriction as global Jim Crow, embarrassing the United States during the Cold War. He pushed the moral and political logic that made it passable. That bill that you're talking about, the immigration bill. Yeah. You have to prove it's necessary. They can put those bills to the back burner, boo. Okay? They can do that. All right? So there was Black Americans in there pushing. Black Americans in and outside of the White House. He was within the White House. He was a congressman. Okay? He was the congressman of New York. Okay? So he was in there pushing. So I don't know why you're stuck on this whole massa did it for me thing, but no, that's not how it went down. Next up is a man named Charles Diggs Jr. Okay? He was also a congressman out of Michigan, I believe. I'm going to tell you what he did. He was a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. What is that? What is a Foreign Affairs Committee? Can you understand that? Okay. So, and that was a Black American. And guess what? He was a vocal advocate for what? African immigration, Caribbean immigration, ending racially discriminatory quotas. Okay? You can't just throw a bill up and then not prove that it's necessary. Okay? So they were arguing, Black Americans were arguing the need for a change in the immigration system, both morally and politically. These were legitimate, documented arguments. He connected immigration reform to U.S.-Africa relations and decolonization. He was especially important in arguing that African exclusion damaged U.S. credibility abroad. These aren't just, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? The U.S. government is huge. We have federal and state. Black people are in it all, okay? We influence it all. We influence the Immigration Act directly and indirectly. Okay? Now I'm going to talk about Lyndon Johnson. President Lyndon Johnson, he explicitly tied the immigration reform to the Civil Rights Revolution, signing it at the Statue of Liberty to symbolize racial inclusion. So without the Black Civil Rights Movement, the quota system almost never would have survived longer. But also, and this is what I'm trying to get you to understand right now, white legislators would have had no political cover to dismantle it. I'm going to read that again. Without the Black Civil Rights Movement, white legislators would have had no political cover to dismantle it. Now, what does that mean? It means that they would not have had the moral or social justification to undo the quota system. They would never have had the political or the social justification to end the quota system and allow non-white people into the United States of America. That was needed before the bill could pass. They would need, I'm going to say it again, they would need the social and political justification to repeal the old immigration quota system. The only way they could have that is through a movement. Through a movement. What movement is that? The Civil Rights Movement. I honestly don't think you understand the United States of America and what has to be done, especially in those times, to move things forward. It's not just signing of a paper. I'm going to read you something else about political cover. Political cover refers to the rationale that protects politicians from backlash from voters, party members, or interest groups by framing a policy change as morally necessary, inevitable, or consistent with widely shared values. Black Americans went in on proving this, both inside Congress and outside of Congress. Congressman Powell was the one who embarrassed the United States during the Cold War over this issue. Okay? He was a Black American. So you ask, but they're white. No, White legislators needed cover. Why? I'm going to read it to you. Before the civil rights movement, many white voters supported racial hierarchy, or at least accepted it. Openly dismantling a racially biased immigration system could be seen as threatening jobs, culture, or racial dominance. There was little electoral incentive. The real political risk, and it was a real political risk for white legislators to advocate racial equality in immigration. So acting alone without Black America, a broader moral shift. Without that moral shift that Black America brought, this would have exposed white legislators to accusations of betraying their own constituents or undermining American identity. You don't understand the United States of America. That's why you make such asinine statements. Black Americans delegitimized explicit racial discrimination as incompatible with American democratic ideas. They established racial equality as a national moral principle enshrined in the law. The Civil Rights Act was once called the Negro Act, by the way. Okay, that's what they would call it. They went on to argue that they can't oppose racial discrimination at home while enforcing it in immigration law. That argument provided the political cover, a defensible, morally compelling justification for reform. You cannot talk about the United States of America and leave Black America out in anything. You can't do it. That's the problem with how people outside of America learn the US. Y'all are always wrong.
Anyways, welcome back, guys. And you guys have literally heard this message that these sweet Black Americans actually pass out there. And one of the message is, Black Americans, this is not your fight. This is not your battle. Stay on your lane. Don't fall into their trap. You understand? Because a lot of them, especially immigrants, has literally been saying that, oh, Black Americans are going to be deported. Black Americans will soon be deported. And at the end of the day, they don't really understand the history of every single thing that is associated with Black Americans. So when I actually saw this video where this man was literally saying that Black Americans should not go out, they should just stay indoor, they should just mind their business, they should just take good care of themselves, is very important. Because you guys recall that we've been having a lot of unaliving, blah blah blah, that has recently been happening, but nobody talked about it. But the moment it happened to another skin colored person, a white woman, everybody started talking about it. They started making, see, it's just a whole lot that Black Americans are dealing with right now. And that is why when I saw these clips, I was like, yes, this is the clip I should literally show my people, that they should stay one place, no movement, mind your business, enjoy your family, bond with each other. Because at the end of the day, whenever Black Americans have issues, nobody's coming through for them, nobody's coming out for them. But once another people have issue, they want Black Americans to come out, they want Black Americans to show for, they want Black Americans to display, they want Black Americans to do A or B. There is no way. Enough is enough. Okay. But anyways, you guys, I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking my videos, subscribing, commenting, dropping super thanks, joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And I want to say to every single one of you that has been showing me love, may love never depart from you. I love you guys from the depth of my heart. And that is why when I saw this, I said, I must bring it down to your table. Credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And for disclaimers, this is just for educational purpose. And I'll see you guys in my next one. With no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.